Hello everyone, it's Paul here from Therapy Marketing School. Today I'm going to talk about nailing your niche as a therapist. Now, I work in marketing and that's a pretty wide area to work in. So I need to nail that niche down a little bit and tell you what I actually do, which is actually I work in digital marketing and I focus on therapists to increase their financial turnover. That's my niche. So I want you to think about what your niche is and how your niche works for you. Now you can go around and tell everyone that you're a therapist. But it doesn't really mean anything to anybody. I mean, it means a lot of things to some people. I mean, you could be a beauty therapist, you could be a nail therapist, you could be a sports massage therapist, you could be a grief therapist, or you could be an alcohol reduction therapist. There's a whole bunch of things that it could be. So really, when it comes to marketing, you've got to nail your niche down. And this is a mini workshop about that. So what is niche marketing? So niche marketing is a highly targeted form of advertising that promotes your services to a well-defined audience. You must understand what that audience to understand your niche. And so a niche really is, as it says here, a subset of a larger market. For instance, therapy is very broad, but then you have therapy for weight loss, therapy for addiction, therapy for grief, all sorts of therapy. And so marketing to a niche is often easier than marketing to a wide audience. There's 5 ways you define your niche. So there's geographic location. So if you're a therapist that does grief therapy and you're based in the UK and you want to see people in person, then your geographic location is really important because you want to be able to limit your marketing to not only the UK, but maybe the county that you live in. So, for example, I live in East Sussex, so maybe I want to limit it to that county. Maybe even the city that you live in if you want to have one to one in person marketing. Sorry, one to one in person counselling. If you want to market and do your counselling over, say, Zoom, you can maybe target the whole of the UK. But with your marketing, you need to be specific on the geographic location. Then also look at your own kind of psychographic data. What are your interests? What are your attitudes? What are your values? Maybe your therapy is in helping people with their LGBT issues. Maybe you're part of the LGBT community yourself. So it's important that you niche market to that audience. Then the next thing to look at is the demographics of your marketing. Someone's age, how much money they have, their income, their gender, their education, whether they've been at school, at college, at university, maybe they're a CEO of a company. And then we move on to quality of your niche marketing. Are you marketing to someone at a premium level? Are you a therapist that helps CEOs deal with stress in the workplace? Or is your quality level low? Are you helping everyday people with everyday problems, such as weight loss? And lastly, we want to look at your pricing. So again, this refers slightly back to the quality level. So pricing can be around high pricing for those CEOs with their stress-based work. And sometimes it's around that kind of weight loss market where you might want to give them a bundle where they can come and see you multiple times and have a bundle of pricing. So that's a good example of niche marketing. So I'm going to look at 3 real world examples of niche marketing which I've worked with. The first one is this website. It's called sugaraddiction.com. It's by a nice chap. His name's Mike. He has this website. He pulls people into it with his marketing. It's about reducing your sugar intake or completely removing any sugar from your diet. But his niche marketing targets people who feel they might be addicted to the sweets. So around this marketing, there's all sorts of things that you can do. You can help people with weight loss. You can help people with anxiety. You can help people with depression. But initially, he's targeting people who feel that they have an addiction to sugar to get them to become a customer of his. The next website we're going to look at is thesoberclub.com. This website's from a lady called Janie Lee Grace. You might know her. She's been on TV as a therapist. And her marketing here is obviously around alcohol elimination, to become sober, to no longer drink. Um, she can probably also target people who just want to drink less and people who want to lose weight, and also things around anxiety and depression too. But to pull those people in, she's using the Sober Club. And then our third website I'm looking at is Ecstatic Intimacy. This is a lady called Joanna Shakti. She's actually been on America's Got Talent, so you can Google that. And her marketing is around love and relationships. And so she uses her niche marketing to find prospects for her therapy that are interested in improving their relationships with others, their relationships with their husbands or wives or partners. And then she can, once she's helped with that type of therapy, she can move on to other things such as couples counseling, improving their sex life, all sorts of things, intimacy retreats, I can see on her website there. So this is three great examples of therapists who are really niched to get their prospects and turn them into customers before moving out to provide them with other sources of therapy. So know your niche is quite hard to describe, but it's really narrowing down. And you have to do this. If you've not done it already, please think about doing it. You might say that you're a therapist in counselling and you deal with all sorts of counselling. But when it comes to marketing yourself, think about how your niche reflects on your own passions and interests. Look at your current customer base and really see if you can identify a core reason for them coming to see you. Maybe that's a niche that you can enjoy, something maybe around weight loss or addiction. Good idea is to research the competition. If you think, oh, addiction to chocolate is a good niche for your therapy, have a Google and see if that's something that people are searching for. There's a couple of research tools here at the bottom of the page which you can have a look at, answerthepublic.com and trends.google.com. And they've got tools in there so you can have a quick look and see what people are searching for. Once you've defined your niche, you need to work out if it's really profitable. If your niche is alcohol reduction or alcohol sobriety, then potentially those people are buying a bottle of wine, a bottle of vodka, a bottle of gin a day, maybe a week. So they have money to spare, and that money could go, rather than on alcohol, go on, some therapy. And then lastly, test your niche. So see if it works. Do some marketing of that niche and see if it works. You don't have to stick with it. If you find that niche really isn't pulling in the customers that you want, go back to the drawing board and think about what else your niche could be. You don't have to stick with your niche. I had a quick look across the internet and I found a counsellor who lives locally to me, and I copied and pasted this stuff from his website because really I was trying to work out exactly what he offers. He didn't seem to offer anything apart from counselling, and then on another page I found this list. So I'm going to read through it and we can try and work out what his niche is. So he says that he has knowledge and expertise in the following areas: anxiety, PTSD, abuse, phobia, depression, low self-esteem, self-care, sexual abuse, psychosexual issues, youth, LGBT work, anger, gender identity, stress, creative blockage, trauma, OCD, self-confidence, relationships, and working with men. Phew, that is a big list of everything he has knowledge and expertise in. When it comes down to marketing, I really don't know where he's the expert. What's he expert in? I don't know, because he's not niching. He's just telling me he's a counsellor and has experience in these fields. So really, when it comes to your therapy marketing, niching is what you need to do. So no niche is poor targeting and no expertise. I hope you found this presentation useful. I'll be uploading it to the Facebook page now. Thank you. Bye bye.